Hello, everybody. This is kind of a new video that I'm doing, and perhaps the only video that I've posted in a while, game related especially. But this video is going to be about a topic that me and another YouTuber were talking about on a comment section of Halo Infinite's, what was it? The E3 campaign release for Infinite, or at least the trailer for it. So, me and this YouTuber, I don't know if he makes videos or not, I didn't even check, but his name is Redux Forerunner. And we were having a debate about if Sprint should be in Halo Infinite or not. And if you ask me, I love Halo and all. I've been playing Halo since the release of Combat Evolved, and I've even read all the books except for The Fall of Reach. But I've read every other book besides that. But that's not the point. The point is, or the point we're trying to get across here is if Infinite should have Sprint or not. And honestly, I don't mind Sprint. I actually like Sprint, and I've always adored Sprint ever since it came out, since Halo Reach. But obviously, the OG Halo fans. Oh, I'm an OG Halo fan too. What am I talking about? But a lot of Halo fans that were big fans of the Halo trilogy, they're not a fan of Sprint for some. So me and this guy go on a big ass debate back and forth about this Sprint thing, and honestly, my opinion to it is just the reason I want Sprint in Halo Infinite, because when even if I'm playing like multiplayer or the campaign for sure has to have Sprint. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. But multiplayer, that's debatable. But I just think it should be in there because I want to feel like a super soldier who can actually reach like Mach 1 speeds on his feet. Now, of course, they're not going to be able to manipulate the same speeds in game, but at least the animation would make me feel like, like I'm an actual super soldier running at those speeds. While having a slow jog animation, it just doesn't make me feel like I'm an actual super soldier that's gonna save the galaxy and save humanity multiple times. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't even have to be on the Master Chief's perspective. It could be like all the Spartans, the Spartan 4s, or like the Spartan 4 you create for multiplayer. It doesn't matter. I feel like all Spartans should be able to have the simple human function to be able to run. Like, taking the ability from a super soldier, like, it just doesn't make any sense. Taking away the ability to run, it just doesn't make sense. And I get that, oh, but you move the same speed as you do in Halo 5 and Halo 2, Halo 3, and even the first Halo. And it's like, yes, I get that, but it just. I don't think people understand the point I'm trying to get across here. But believe me when I tell you, I completely understand why people don't want Sprint in Infinite, especially in the multiplayer. It's because when you see an enemy and you're sprinting, you're not able to shoot that enemy as quickly as you would in the slow jog animation. So therefore, it kind of does, I guess, if you're like a decent or like a new player, it could affect your KD, and your of course it's gonna mess up your reaction time. But the thing is like, without Sprint, I just would not feel like an actual Spartan. And with Infinite being the newest Halo and with the most beautiful graphics out of all of them, I would at least want to feel like a badass super soldier. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know I've said that a lot of times in this video, but it just doesn't. And what like another thing is like he tried to compare Halo to Doom Eternal or and Doom in general. And although Doom is a great game to play, I just don't think it should be compared to Halo. Even though, Halo started as, like a game that you weren't sprinting. And Doom never had sprint at all in any of the games, even in the new Doom Eternal game. And you know what? It was still a good game. But like Doom and Halo, you cannot compare apples to oranges. Like Doom Eternal is you just going around killing demons all the time. Halo is much more than that. Yeah, you shoot a lot of aliens from all different types or whatever, but Halo at least has a great story. And I mean a great story. But that's not the debate here. I just want people to kind of just understand where I'm coming from. And I know I might not change your mind. You know, that's not the goal here. I just wanted to make a statement of what I believe could actually be better for Halo. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe sprint isn't good for Halo. And maybe they're having no sprint is actually better for Halo. But you know what? I'm just saying what I believe how it should be because of the fact the only fact is I just want to feel like a goddamn super soldier. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking like for anything else. I just want to feel like a goddamn fucking Spartan. And another point is since spring was introduced in Halo Reach, and of course you played as Double Six in that game, why would they scrap sprint now? It just doesn't make sense. Because then you're going to be saying, like, oh, like, Noble 6 is able to sprint, but the Master Chief is not? Like, and come on. You know, Noble 6 is honestly my favorite protagonist in the Halo series, but we can all agree on who the actual number one hyperlethal soldier is actually Master Chief, you know? He is numero uno. And I don't think that's going to be changing soon, unless he dies, of course, which I hope to God he does not. And I know some of you are going to be like, oh, but you can run in Halo 4 and 5 as the Chief. But that's exactly the point. Why would they take off sprint now? If they've already had it in the previous 3 games. Like, it just doesn't make sense for them to do that for marketing reasons. And yeah, maybe no sprint in Infinite sounds good right now, but once you get to the point where you're like stuck in a slow jog animation where your gun is always ready to fire, pointed in front of you, it just gets kind of boring. And let me tell you why. Have you ever played Halo 2 in the mission Metropolis and not used a vehicle? Yeah, me too. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's fucking ridiculously slow. And since then, if I recall correctly, in the Halo 2 days, people were begging for Sprint to be coming out in the next Halo, which it didn't. Which is, I mean, Halo 3 was a phenomenal game with a phenomenal story. But still, I mean, I cannot really consider it one of my favorite Halos. And I know a lot of you are gonna like spit a lot of hate at me like that, because honestly, my favorite Halo was Halo Reach, but multiplayer wise, I kind of enjoyed Halo 5 the most, even though it had all kinds of thrusters and stuff. But you know what? I think that was pretty badass. To be able to like dodge bullets and shit whenever you could, unless I mean the fucking enemy was way better than you. But nonetheless, it felt cool and it goddamn made me feel like a Spartan for sure. You can hate on Halo 5 all you want, but I think they did a great job with how they did the gameplay in that game. I think it was just mwah, it was fucking perfect. Even though the campaign was much less than perfect. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention, he also tried to compare, well, not really compare, but he pointed out that, CSGO does not have sprint and it's arguably one of the best shooters to date. And you know what? I can give him credit for that. I've personally never played CSGO, but I mean, I've watched people play it. It looks fun, you know, but still, it's like, you just cannot compare apples to oranges. In CSGO, you are a regular soldier going into combat. And maybe, yeah, you should be able to sprint as a regular human being, as that's what I think. But somehow the developers were able to make it work with no sprint. And you know what? I kind of applaud them for that. It's kind of hard to do that nowadays when everything is getting more, advanced. The technology, like, is looking more, like, the screen is, like, looking more crisp. The graphics, like, everything is just, it's just phenomenal how technology is advancing nowadays. And I guess I could also be like a point of the sprint thing because come on, Halo takes place in the far future, like a whole 500 years from now. So to like be able to do like like ground pounds or thrust out of the way or sprint, it should not be a fucking problem. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna end the video there. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Even though I might not like it, or if you want to just completely just throw shade at me, I'm welcoming it. Because honestly, my feelings cannot be hurt at this point. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see if I can start making more YouTube content. I know it's been a drought on this channel. Yeah, even though I don't have like a bunch of subscribers to please, I do, relatively enjoy making videos. I mean, just like, especially like gaming videos. I just need to get another Xbox, and then once Halo Infinite releases, oh, you better believe I'm gonna be uploading a shit ton of videos. But anyway, thanks you all for watching. I will see you on the next video. Peace.
Snapshot. Power player. Kills to win.